Alright, we're taking a look here at a best of one draft submitted by Joseph S, not Sham. Unfortunately, this deck went 0-3, but we're going to see what happened and where things either went right or wrong. Taking a look at pack one, pick one. I see a couple options here of Katana, really happy with that one. Eject, very happy with this one. Sephiroth's Intervention, very happy there. Probably less happy with the Brynhilder. I think those are probably my three picks. You can really go in any of them. I don't mind a Demon Wall, probably don't want to pick it right away. Town Greeter, kind of the same. Moving into the next pick, we have an Eject, which is a good follow-up. I also like a Hectize. Eject's probably better than that. Also don't mind a Barrett Wallace or my Sitting Elder. Again, those are probably the next level down. Don't really care for much else in here. Land is always fine, but I think Eject is much better than that. So I take Eject, that's fine. Sleep Magic, I'm a little low on. So this is probably the first time where I'm like, well, let's just see what else is here. Battle Menu is very powerful. White Aura Sight's very powerful. Retrieve the Esper. Again, Hectize is good. Balam T-Rex, very good here. So there's lots of options. I don't really love Sleep Magic. I honestly think I prefer Retrieve the Esper over the Sleep Magic. But, you know, again, this card makes the deck. It's just not always good. There's lots of things. So here's the reason why I don't like it. There's lots of things that sit on the battlefield and still have effects. And Sleep Magic doesn't really do anything with those. As I'm hovering over it, it does have a game in hand win rate of 58.9. We look at Eject. If we go back and look at Eject, that's got 59. And we look at Sephiroth, that's 59.5. So you're still picking good cards. You know, this is about the same. Apparently this is less. But I do think that this is more of a synergy card rather than anything else. You know, these are lots of good cards in here. Moving on. Sandworm's a good card. Phyton's not a particularly good card, but like when you look at the rest, Sage's Nulthis is not great. Chocobo Kick is probably the best card in the pack. And probably take that one. You could always also take a world map. I don't want to take that this early, but my pick is here on Sandworm. Now, if we go back, there's something to be said about like going down the route of Katana into like Barrett Wallace or my Sitting Elder into like Haste Magic, like they're not Haste Magic, it's probably like White Aura Sight, or Retrieve the Esper, right? And then into like Sandworm. Like there's a red deck here. People are passing some good red cards, but given the cards that I have here, probably take this Chocobo's Kick. Ultros is a great pick. Syncopate's fine. Airship Crash is okay. Gyashi Greens if you're that way. A Battle Menu, I would take a look at this as a bit of a sign. Battle Menu has been passed twice now. There's one here in pick 3, and we're seeing another one in pick 5. This is just reprisal, right? And there's lots of things that have power 4 or greater, and then if it happens to also be a 2/2 flash, like that's also very good. So seeing 2 battle menus like makes me perk up that way. Ash is another reason why I might suggest that. Summon Fat Chocobo is fine, but if you're in blue-black, like take the black card. Fat Chocobo is a good card. It's 6 stats, you know, blah, 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 but it does not like derail your draft. Oh my God, let's go get it. Particularly because we haven't really seen any crazy good green cards. You've got Gyashi Greens, and I guess this Chocobo Kick, but because we passed the Chocobo Kick, I don't want to move into green. The person to your left is going to be in green. I see we're moving into green. Ha! Okay, Xanarkand is a good reason to go into green. That's fine. Gubu Gardner, another reason, and then Renault, obviously a big payoff to go into that and sort of pitch your whole draft. But I also don't mind this land here, but we're taking another land. Xanarkand, very powerful, and that is a sign. This is a good card that, you know, in theory shouldn't be around. That's good. Taking a look at the Crossroads Village versus the Capital City, you know, it's funny. The Crossroads Village can tap for any one color and it's there all the time. Capital City taps for any color and also cycles. Typically in my 3 color decks, I like Capital City. 4 and 5 color decks, I like Crossroads Village. Syncopate, also a very good card, particularly for things like Ultros and other 4+ mana value. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. This is on the wheel. We see a Town Greeter. Town Greeter works in that green deck. We can see pretty much all the good cards are out of here. Yeah, I don't really love any of these cards, so Town Greeter it is. Yep, blue-green is fine. I don't mind Ring of the Lucci, but also like a double on color. Town is great. Hectize is the right pick. Town here is also the correct pick, and an Airship Crash I think is better over the Ice Flan. Syncopate coming back is good. So adding this kind of stuff plus Syncopate, I think in reality we're off black. We might be splashing the Sephiroth's Intervention at this point. But I'm blue-green through and through. Jill is an incredible open. Very good, very powerful. Balam is great. Yeah, absolutely. This is the correct thing to be doing. Town Greeter. Now, I'm not that huge of a believer of Town Greeter. We already have 4 towns, so I'm very into this Kikirin Merchant. It blocks early, and then eventually you cash in. I know the game and hand win rate isn't as good, but like I believe. Side quest, card collection. It's pretty rough if you just cast this on 4, so you got to end up playing either some additional town grids or something to make this better. But the flying 4/4 that it turns into is a very, very good card. So I think I'd rather grab some of these blue cards over a town greeter. I don't find town greeter particularly exciting. Balthier and Fran is a very splashable card. You know, it's a 4/3 reach. Like, I know you're not, I don't care about the vehicles. I don't really care about the extra turns. This is a 4/3 reach, man, and like that's pretty good. The rest of it is not really for us. Notably, I am still seeing sort of white cards coming around that we're happy to see. Tonberry kind of fits in that black-red shell we had talked about. I was like, next back. Another Balthier and Fran, which I would also probably have taken had we taken the first one. You know, at this point, maybe we remove the black cards out of the deck and we're just into, like, Teamer at that point. I don't mind this Kikirin Merchant. I think it's also fine. I kind of wish we had taken this Kikirin Merchant so we can go like Balthier and then Balthier. Or you can go Balthier and Baron Airship Kingdom. Get more towns. Swallow by Leviathan is great. If you are still on black, X-Death is good. But we haven't really seen a lot of good black. So passing this one is still fine to me. So Swallow by Leviathan is where you want to be at. Bard's Bow is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a fine card. I think it's significantly worse than Gladiolus. And so I think it's pretty clear that there is a red-green little splash that you could put in here. And Gladiolus also obviously works very well for splashes because it allows you to kind of move on. Renoa is a very powerful card. I'm not sure how much I love it here, but I suppose if we're just moving into tempo beats instead of towns. See, that's the tough part, right? Like Kikirin Merchant, Swallowed by Leviathan, Town Greeter, these are things that are not really beating down. And you don't really have a lot of 4 mana value non-creatures for things like Ultros and Sahagin. So like this pick is fine. There's not a lot in here for you. I get that. Community with Beavers is good. But if we're in like towns and you already want a red town, Zidane probably is a little bit more of a more of an impact. Taking a black card here is pretty wild. Right after taking Renoa, I don't think we're ever playing this. And if you are just going to hate draft, take a Circle of Power. Realistically, Iron Giant, very reasonable top end, right? If you end up getting like a 4 mana, go search 2 towns, this thing comes down right after it. Vigilance, Trample, and Reach. That's a lot on a 6/6. I would consider Iron Giant in this place in the future. Black here is fine. Yeah. Gone is fine. Trano is fine. I'm not sure if I'm really into black at this point, so I might take this Kikirin Merchant that I wanted last time. Fight On, I'm never playing. Ice Flan is fine. Insomnia is probably not getting played unless we open a bomb. Dion! All right. Insomnia, get in here. Yeah, absolutely playing Dion. Swallowed by Leviathan is great. I would really consider this sort of thing had we already been going down that red road, but it seems like we're in Sultai now splashing white for a couple of things here. The tough part is, okay, think about it this way. We've got things like Yashi Green's Town Greeter, Merchants, Bard's Bow, and now Dion and Renoa and Fat Chocobo. We're playing to the board. But then we also have 2 Swallowed by Leviathans and a Sephiroth intervention. Those don't really play particularly well together, right? Swallowed by Leviathan is very good in a tempo shell. Get some threats down early, let them continue to grow, or peck in some flyers, blah, blah, blah. Hold up, kill some of their stuff. But if you're going to be playing Fat Chocobo on 5, and then they're just going to play, or you're going to play Dion on 5, and they're just going to play their big thing on 5 as well, well, this Summon Leviathan's not really going to do anything. If you're going to activate Jill, if you're going to activate Dion's ability, like, and you're not really going to be able to do this. So I'm not sure how much I love this pick, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot else going on. I just think that we really need to be careful about how we're building stuff. This seems pretty wild to me, and also is a bit of a payoff for the red-green that we had talked about earlier. If you're in Gladiolus territory, Choco Comet's the exact sort of thing that can sit in your hand the whole game, be absolutely dead, then you top deck your mountain, and boom, they die. Grand Pulse Ocho I'm likely never playing, so I'd rather have this Chocobo Racetrack. I don't like this card at all. I don't think it's particularly good. If we are on the blue-black, then Lock Coal, also very strong. Very good. This is one of those things that I liked about tempo strategies. Death Touch Lifelink is great. You're going to be racing people. It can block forever. Very good. Second Ultros, I'm like kind of okay with. That's fine. Raise a Chocobo. Would have been better had we picked the Chocobo Racetrack here. You have a green-red town if we had gone down that road. So as things sit, I don't think I'm ever playing like second Ultros. I don't even know if we're playing the first one because your non-creature spells of 4 or greater. So I think I'm looking at Finn, which is a great blocker, a decent attacker. Otherwise, I'm looking at a second Keeker and Merchant. Dreams of the Laguna is fine. Can't say I'm thrilled with it, but it's fine. You could also take this Insomnia, but we have quite a few towns as it is. Chocobo Racetrack is good. I'm glad we picked that one up. Kind of wish we missed the first one. Combat Tutorial. No, I don't think this fits the game plan. Combat Tutorial goes better if you're going like 2-drop, 3-drop, and then like 4-4-4-4, and like trying to make sure that your Sahagins get through and that kind of stuff. I'm either looking at the Coliseum Beast if you feel like you need more top end, or I'm looking at the Gubu Gardener. One of the things that we've noticed is we've passed a couple of these Keeker and Merchants when you already have like 7 towns, 8 towns. And so if you had this kind of thing, you'd have your blockers early, and I'm guessing you also would likely feel like you had the card advantage that you want out of this combat tutorial. So what that means is you can either go for more ramp or you can go for more top end based on how you're feeling. But I think this combat tutorial is not particularly good with the game plan. It's a good card. I just trophied with 3 of them, but this deck wants to get out to their fat stuff faster. Ultimeki's fantastic. Great pickup. Very pleased to see that one. Marlboro's fine. I don't know if we're playing it. Chocobo Kick, great pickup late. Iron Giant, sure. Here, actually, if we're in black, this Shinra reinforcements, I look at this card and I think, man, it's not particularly good. But apparently, the stats on it are great. As a common, you've got a 57.8 game in hand win rate percentage. This is great. Average last seen at 6.87, and you've got it at 11. Right? That means that on average, people are picking it either 6th or 7th, maybe sometimes 8th, maybe sometimes 5th or whatever, but like you've got it at 11. That's very good. This is like average last seen at 8, this one at 6, this one at 7, right? So this apparently is one that I would really consider. You know, it was a bit of a surprise of the format for me. Keeker and Merchant is great. Bard's Bow, we're probably not playing, you know, and then we sort of move on from there. So now as we take a look at the pool, let's export to Sealed Deck Tech. And see what we would build with our pool. Dion gets in, and that means this comes in as well. We are going to play some of these things. Bard's Bow we'll keep off the side for now, as these. Both those get in. Chocobo Kick get in. Probably not playing that. Eject is fine. Both of these, both of those. Jill, yes. Combat Tutorial. 1 Ultros, Dreams, Syncopate, Sleep Magic. Sephiroths. And what does this look like? Boom. Still need 2 more cards. And as we take a look at our creatures, I think I'd prefer them to be creatures even... Okay, so that means like I'd want a Bard's Bow. And then maybe it is like Ice Flan. Ideally, it would be like the green one. Could be Marlboro, but I don't think that's a great idea because I don't even know if we're playing a Swamp. I don't think we're playing Swamp. So, could be this thing, could be that thing, could be this thing. I don't think we want second Ultros. It's pretty much any one of these creatures over here. So if I were playing, I probably would just put this in here. And this is the deck. We only have 2 white cards and 2 black cards. We already have 4 black sources, so I'm not touching that. There's no reason for us to go search up a land. Doesn't matter. We've got 2 white cards that are later and only 2 white sources. That includes this Crossroads Village. Oh, no, it doesn't. There's 3. Okay, so this is 3 and 5. Oh, yeah, it tells me 3. Yeah, that's fine. I don't even know if I'm playing up on planes either. You only need the... Oh, you do need 2 for this. All right, I'm playing a planes because I need a second for Dion. And that means we need, like, 5 of these. And 3 of these. And then... Voila, this is the deck. Yep, this is probably what I would start with, and just sort of go from there. Now, the key with decks like this is not just like play your cards. You have to have a game plan. How are you winning the game? You have to be able to take control of it. So you're going to play things like Town Greeter early. If I have an opportunity to play Gyasha Greens or Ultros or Town Greeter, like I'm playing my Town Greeters to make sure I hit my lands and fill up the bin. Then I'm going to, on 3, I want to make sure I play some of my cards that block very well. These are my blocking cards that I want. And then once you get to 4, you can start holding up things like Syncopate, Sleep Magic, Swallow by Leviathan, all that kind of stuff. Eventually, Ultimechia can come down on 5. Dion, not the best to put down on 4, right? Hold up your Syncopates. Make sure that you've got additional blockers. Like, see what you can do there. Just throwing down Fat Chocobo, unless you're like dying on 5, not the best choice, right? Seeing if you can just get some of these wide boards going on, so that way Renault and Fat Chocobo can come down together, so that way you can give something huge with Trample, or tapping something down with Icefall, blah, blah, blah. If the board continues to stall, that's why you've got both Jill and Dion to help out there, and eventually Ultimechia, which is going to be I guess sort of like a super late game, but like these are your win cons. Flipping over Dion, flipping over Jill. This is a go wide board control sort of strategy. So I think some of your mulligan decisions should be affected by that. And I think some of your gameplay should be affected by that as well. All right, hope this helped.